guys, it's Code Duchess. Welcome back to my channel. So we're gonna be building this UI for today. It's a resort website. It has other pages as well aside this landing page. We're also gonna be making use of frame and motion for this kind of effects. So I've already installed my React app with Vite. If you do not know how to install Vite, you could head over to your browser and just type Vite React Tailwind. In here, you could see how to install it. Just copy and paste this on your terminal and follow these instructions. You're gonna have Vite React Tailwind CSS up and running on your system. I'd like to check if my app is working, and how you do that is npm run dev. If you're making use of yarn, you say yarn run dev. It's going to be running on port 5173. I'm just gonna copy this. And it's working. We are just gonna be installing some dependencies that we're gonna be making use of. So first of all, I want to say npm I react router dom react icons. So what this React router does is it's a library that helps in navigating pages in React. So my main.jsx, if you don't have it, yours is going to be index.jsx, but mine is main.js. I've already deleted some files that we're not going to be making use of, like report vitals and etc. So I want to bring in my browser router to my main, or your index.jsx, whatever it's named in your folder. So we're going to be importing browser router from React router DOM. You want to wrap the app around it. So just say browser router app. You're gonna delete this app beneath it. You also head over to our app.js and remove this as well. Just leave it with the div. We head over to our src and create a folder for pages. The first page is going to be the landing page.jsx. We're also going to have a rooms. Should I name it rooms page.jsx? About.jsx. Blog.jsx. Lastly, we're gonna have contact.jsx. In our landing page, it will bring in the React arrow function, export components. If you don't have it, is this extension called ES7. It's gonna help in making your work faster. In the app.js, I would like to bring in my routes and my routes. So So I'm going to import these from React Router DOM. I'm also going to like have a route as well to define each route for the website. So this is for the landing page. Here can be for the room. Say RAFCE to bring this up, and head over to the app. Name this rooms. We're going to close this ones because we're not going to be making use of them for now. We also have no button our route. Then we head over to the browser. Check it out. So there's an error somewhere. So the rooms is not defined yet. We're gonna bring in the rooms. Import rooms for pages, rooms. There you go, the error's over. Now we can see our landing page. I would like to create this hero that has this slider element. I would also like to import the images I used in this website. So head over to your browser, github.com/ohiene, that's my name. Go to repositories and go to Montana results. In here, we go to the public file, and the assets, and the image. We copy this link and head over to GitHub file downloader. Click the first link you see, paste it, enter, and it's going to zip and download all the images. So I've downloaded and also I've extracted it. I'm just gonna copy it and move it to my assets folder. I like to rename it image. And move it to my assets folder. So now my images are visible in my assets folder. I like to create a components folder where I'll store my component. I also want to create another folder in my components for landing page. In this component, I would like to have in this folder, I would like to have a section for the hero. So I say hero section .jsx. I also like to create a folder for the layout. Here is where we're going to structure the website. First off, we have the header .jsx, navbar .jsx, footer .jsx. Lastly, we would want to have one for the layout .jsx, RAFCE here, RAFCE, RAFCE, RAFCE. So quickly in the layout, we would like to create a layout that we're going to be using for the entire platform. In here, we would like to have the header, the main, and the footer. So we're gonna have a div. Here we bring the header. Yes, we're gonna have another div for the main content. So just say main. Here we'll want to pass in the children. You also bring in the children from here. Here we bring in the footer. We're done with this main component. We head over to the apps, and here we want to wrap it with the layout. So we're going to import the layout, cut this, and paste. We check the browser to see how that looks like. So this is the layout, this is the header, this is where it's going to be, the footer, then the landing page, which is the main element. Come back here. We're done with the apps. So here we want to give this a full height to take up the full screen. So see minimum height of screen. Check that up. I want to give it a flex, but the flex direction is column. I also want to make it relative because of the header. We head over to this header and give it a class of absolute, a top of 0, a left of 0, a width of 4, and a z index 10. We head over to this children, give it a flex scroll, and it's going to take up the whole space now. So this is how it looks like. The header is at the top and the landing page is there as well. The photos at the bottom. It looks nasty now, but we're gonna just trust the process. Let's start this hero section. Say RAFCE. And when you're done, you're gonna go to the landing page and bring it. This hero section is the section that has this banner and the snap bar with the header. So we want to give it this sliding effect. The sliding effect is coming from Swiper, and we need to download the dependencies. So we say npm I Swiper. Now that is done, we head over to React Swiper. We copy this above here and come back to our hero section. I'm gonna paste this right above here. Remove this React and paste this swiper navigation, pagination, scroll bar, etc. We also want to bring in the swiper as well. So here we want to bring in a div that says swiper. In here you want to have some models with pagination, margination, stuff like that. So we copy these, paste here. We want to add autoplay so that it's going to like be swiping automatically. We also imported it here. We're also going to take the space between 50 and paste beneath here. Gonna have a navigation. We're also gonna have a pagination with a clickable of true. Gonna have a scroll bar, the clickable of true. So gonna have an autoplay to be playing automatically. It's going to be delaying every 3 seconds, and disable on interaction is gonna be false. This all is gonna have a class name of H4 and W4. Now I want to have some images that we're going to be using. This images is coming from image, and banner also is coming from here. These are the images we're going to be like swiping through. So to save us the stress of writing the images, we're gonna head over to Chrome and my GitHub repository. The link is going to be in the description box to make things much more quicker for us. Head over to Montana results. I'm going to click on copy and paste data. Here we're going to copy this hero images data and paste it here. Now that's done, we want to map the hero images to make sure they are displayed. So it's a curly braces, hero images that map. What we are mapping is image and index. You're gonna have a fast arrow function here, and we want to map a swiper slide. The swiper slide is going to have a key index. Here we want to have a div. This div is going to have the background. This div actually is going to have this background, this h1 and this p tag. So come over here and we're gonna give this style. The style is gonna have a background image. The background image is going to have URL and we're we're going to change this to image. Actually, this is image. You also want to give this a class. This class is going to be H screen. Save it's showing. Okay, the slider is here, but it's not really showing the images yet. So it's not showing because the assets is not in the public folder. That way it's gonna show. Fresh, and now it's visible. Let's head back and complete our styling. We say BG center. I'm just going to give it the text of white. We would like to have a H1 here that says Montana results. We also like to have a P tag. Although I don't think that English is correct. Now we want to view this first of all, so we know how to apply the styling. So they're up here. We will give this a flex and a flex column and justify center. Set center. Then we'll say item center to bring it to the middle. It's in the middle now. You also want to give this H1 a styling. We'll say text for Excel, crop, shadow should be LG, tracking wider. Tracking wider is actually going to increase the spacing in the letters. Okay, it's going to increase the spacing in the letters. Then we want to give this an MB of 2. So that's going to have a little space between it and this P tag. For the P tag, we want to give it a font of light. We also want to give it a text of MD. So we could see we cannot download this already. We want to bring in this header component. So to do that, we go to layout, go to header. First of all, bring in the logo. You name this logo, and it's coming from the public assets images logo.png. We copy the relative part and we paste it here. We also want to have this nav bar. We want to bring in the nav bar already. We've read the section to the nav bar here. Then beneath here, we want to have this div that has this social media icons. As well, it has this button that says book now. Here, we'll give it a class. This class is going to be grid, whole tree. Let's see that already. We can add the public here, or shouldn't have. And there you go. So you can see the book now button, the Montana results, and the nav bar. We could do better, so we're gonna start this button. The starting for the button is quite much, but each of them have their importance. So first of all, we want to give this VG of sky 500, text of white, and pattern X of 6, and a pattern Y of 3. Cool. I also want to give this a weight of 40 and a text of SM. It has a smaller text and a wider weight now. Then we want to give this a font of light. And when we hover, we want to give this a background of white. When we hover, we also want to give this a border. When we hover, we want the border to be sky of 500, and we want to give it a text. When we hover, of sky 500. Okay, it looks cute already. You want to give it a transition of colors. And a duration of 300. Okay, looks good already. For this, we want to give this place item center. This is like item center, but with grid is place item center. I also want to give it a justify. No, it's place justify of begin. We want to create this use effect that makes it, when scrolled, it turns black, gives it a black PG. So we come over here and we create a hook. So the first one is const is scrolled. And set is scrolled. I'm gonna equals that to use state, and it's gonna be false. You wanna have a use effect. going to handle the scroll and check if it's scrolled more than 50. If actually it is, it's going to change the color. We want to check and add an event listing at the listings for the scroll. It also handles the scroll. It's going to return or remove the event listener after it's scrolled. Once it confirms that this event has happened, it's going to remove it. You also want to return an empty object as well. We like to convert this to backticks. Because of the scroll, we want to convert this to backticks. So now I want to add the logic for when it's scrolled, the black widget. So we do $, and we check if it's scrolled. If it is scrolled, then we want it to have those properties. It should be black. The background should be black. The text should all be white. And also they should have a shadow of LG. And if it's not scrolled, the background should be transparent and the text should be black. I don't think we need this black text, but let's just see. So we're not gonna see it now because we don't have other pages available. Let me see if I can add other sections, available. So let me just duplicate this section to see if we could see when it's scrolled. So you can see it's showing some black background when I'm scrolling. I just need to make this fixed. I just need to give this a fixed position. Give it a top of 0. Also a width of 4. That way you can see it when I scroll, and there you go. It's showing. It works. Also, I would want to give this some extra styling. I want it to transition when scroll, so I set transition. Colors and same duration, 3 seconds. And should have a pattern Y of 4. Okay, looks good. Let's head over here and delete this extra hero sections I created. Let's come back to the hero section. I think I'm kind of done with this header. I'm kind of done with the header. I just need to add some navbar to add the navbar and also the properties of the navbar here. This navbar. Also need to add the social links. So for the navbar, I'll have a nav. This nav is going to have an another list. This another list is going to map some lists that we're going to be making use of. So we head over to the copy and paste. We copy this links, come to our code and we paste it there. So we want to map it now. We say links dot map link. Link. And here we have a other function. So what we're mapping is an li tag. This li is going to have a link tag. We're going to import that link tag from React Router DOM and say true. And what we are linking to is link dot path. This path here is what we're linking to. Let's view it if the links are available. So they're not showing for now. I don't know why. Let's come back here and add a label. So here we say link dot label. This label is this one right here. It's gonna show now. So our links are now available. Let's get started into this another list. Say flex gap of 4 text of white. Okay, it's coming alive right now. Also, this link, we want to give it a class name of relative. Here we want to give it a class. This is gonna be backticks. I want to add some functions that makes like the link when we are on a particular path, it kind of like has this styling, this underline and this color right here. So in order to do that, first of all, we need to come here and say const location is equals to use location. We'll get that from React Router DOM, add the parentheses here. Then in here, we want to say cursor dash pointer over texts is yellow 500. Let's make that 400 instead. When you hover on it, it's going to give you a yellow text. The cursor is going to change the pointer. Then you want to transition all. Here we're gonna have this and say location. Location path name is equals to link.path. If it's on the location, it's gonna have this yellow text. If it's not on the location, you just give it an empty class. It's gonna take up the parent class. You also don't need this, and just make it prettier. Okay, the code is complete for this. Let's test that out to see. So we are actually on this home and it has this yellow color, this yellow vibrant color. You also want to give this underline as well, and it's coming from Motion. So let's install Motion. Say npm I Prima motion, and it's installed. We want to have this motion.div beneath this link tag. This is what we're gonna use for the underline. Say motion.div. Let's import Prima motions. Import motion from Prima motion. Come here. Absolute left is 102. Bottom is 0. Height is 2 pixels. This is the underline that's going to come when we hover. So in this motion.div, we want to give it an initial state. First of all, this is a self-closing because it has nothing inside. So we want to give this an initial state. The width is gonna be 0. Then after it's hovered, it's gonna be minus 50%. After this initial, we want to also have something called animate. Say animate is equal to, say, weight, and the weight is location dot path name is equals to link dot path. Say 100%, and if not, just give it to 0. Yeah, say X is supposed to location, and also after this animate, you want to have a transition property, which gives it duration of 0. Let me say 7 because I wanted to take its time. And say ease is gonna be ease enough. I think we're done with this, so we come here. So I think it has a little bit of error. It's going the wrong way. Here is gonna be minus 50. Okay. So you can see when it's on the home, it's gonna be coming from in and goes left and right, in goes left and right. So that's like the effect we're looking for. I would want to reduce this and maybe add this icons here. So go back to the header. You go to this image, create a class, and give it a weight. Remember, we also need to have this like icons. I'm gonna be using it like in 2 places. One is the footer, one is the header. I want to create a folder and the components called reusable components. And I'm going to copy this name here, paste it, .jsx, enter, RAFCE. It's just gonna have some stuff let's just go to my GitHub and copy it. It's not so important, you know. So we go to component, layout, and it's actually located in the layout, but should be in the reusable component. We copy this and paste the social icons, and I think we should export the default social icons. Also, I don't think it's imported here, so let's just remove one S, and there you go. Check it out. Okay, so I can see them, and they also have this hover effect that scales up and gives them a white text using frame and motion, by the way. We come over to the Steve, style it, give it a flex, item center, then a gap, a big gap of 10, and we are done with this hero section. We are done styling this hero section. Next up, we're gonna add font, and we're also gonna add this about us, offers, and etc. So guys, we want to create this about section. It's going to be a reusable section because it's quite similar to this one. So we want to create it, and what we're going to change, we're going to create a state that changes the flex from this column to column reverse, because this image appears here before the text, while this text appears here before the image. So we go back to our code. We close all this because we are done styling the header. We go to the landing page and create an about section. We also go to the landing page in pages and bring in our about section. You're going to import that. Now that's imported, we head over back to our about section to style it. RAFCE. So this is going to be a reusable component, and we want to pass in some data here. First of all, is the images that we're going to use, the title of the about section, the subtitle, description, and this reverse for the reverse functionality I had spoken of earlier. Have a div. That div is going to have an image tag. The src, we want to pass in the image. So we say image. We also want to map these images. So it's the images.map. What we are mapping is image and index. We would put this image in here because they are two images. That is why we choose to map them. They're actually two images, so we choose to map these two images. We would like to give this a key of index. For this alt, we would say backticks about image Isn't really necessary. It's not going to alter or change anything on the website, but we just want to keep it clean work, and that's why we're doing this. Afterwards, we want to also have a class name which says index, and it's checking if the image is equals to 0. The images should have a margin top 10 or nothing at all. We are done with that. We will have a text section. In this text section, we'll have a div that contains the text. First, we have in a H4, a H2, a P tag, and a button. We head over here to our browser. Copy this. This is the H4 and paste. Yep. The H4 is going to contain the subtitle. The H2 is going to contain the title. The P is going to contain the description. And the button is going to contain the button text. We give this a class of width 2/5 and space y of 5. We would like to add some properties to this about section to give it like more like a fitting or so we could see what we are doing. So in this about section, we want to pass in the 2 images that we made use of. So say images is equal to an object because there are more than one image. First, we come over here to the public assets image about. Then what we want is this about one. We say copy relative path. We paste it here. Then the second about image we are passing. We paste it here as well. We change this to 2. I like to remove the public. Oh, there's a mistake here. I like to remove the public. And let's go to the browser and see if it's working. So we have an error. And this error is saying okay, image.map is not a function. I think I put an extra M in this map. Okay, it works now. These are the previous errors. So we can see these images side by side. We also want to add the title. Let's just put this, although I wanted to come here and copy some of the text here, but it's basically just the same thing. By the way, the reverse is false for now, and the button says book now or maybe learn more, but it's fine, it's cool that way. We come here to style it because they are looking rugged for now. So first of all, I think I should give this parent div its classes. I want to give this a flex, say class name, change this to backticks, flex. We also have this $sign here and say reverse. We are checking if it's reversed or not. So we say reverse, we say flex, row reverse, or if it's not reversed, if the state is not on reverse, we say flex row. After this, we say justify. This is a general styling for all of them. Items is start, gap of 10. Let's check that out for now. So this is flex already. This is appearing here because in the landing page we said row reverse is false. We also want to give them a pattern of 10 and a pattern Y, a very big pattern Y of 20, because we want a huge pattern between this one and this is a pattern of 10. We head over here to give this D its own styling. Say class name, flex, gap of 5, because these images need to stay side by side. We would want to give this a true for the flex reverse because it's appearing on the other side in the reference that we are taking. So as you can see, this is appearing here just like this one. This is appearing there as well. We want to now add styling for this. For this subtitle, I would like to change this to about us. Maybe give this an uppercase. We head over here for the subtitle, give it a class name of text sky 500, a very tiny text of SM, and font width is light. Okay, tiny. Then here for this H2, give it a class, say text gray of 800. Text is 5XL. It's big now and it's bold, it's beautiful. We give this P a text of gray 500. Then for this button, I would like to give it a styling. This button does not really have a similar styling to this nav button. It has its own styling. It's an underline styling with a hover, a sky blue hover. So first we say text is gray 500. Give it an underline. We also want to increase the underline because the underline is taking too much to the bottom. So we want to increase the underline, and here's what I learned. Say underline offset, and 8 is the highest space you can get. So you can see it's no longer sticking there. Then I would want to give it the hover properties. Say hover, text is sky 500. You say hover, transition, just to give it this cool transition effect. Duration is going to be 2 seconds. So now we hover and it has this beautiful effect. I think now is the time for me to go to Google Fonts. This is where I get my fonts from. And the font we are going to be making use of is Railway. So let me type it. Railway. Say get font. Get embedded code, import, and you're gonna copy this. Leave the style tag aside. Come here. We head over to our CSS file. We put it above the Tailwind base. Those ones I put it below and it seemed not to work, so I put it above this Tailwind base. We would also head over to the Tailwind config file to configure the font. This is going to be the only font that we are making use of. Font family. We say sans. We are setting the font family to railway. And sans serif. Okay, let's check if the font is working. We would use this to compare. Okay, the font is actually working. It looks much more prettier now. Let's go over to these offers. We want to have a header and some cards with the zooming effect and this hover effect that lists maybe offers of some beautiful rooms that we want to book. We head over to our reusable components and we create a component for header because we have this reoccurring header that is in all sections. So we want to make it a reusable component to make our work more quick and fast. So say RAFCE. We want to pass in a subtitle. That's for like the smaller title. And the title, here we have a P tab for the subtitle. And we have a H2 tag for the title. We want to give them a class name of text center and MB of 16. Go to the components to create an offers folder. Why this is not in the landing page? Because this is repeated. It's a repeated component. I don't know if I should make it a reusable component, but it's repeated in this page as well. So I don't see the need to keep it in the landing page. So it's a folder on its own. So I say offers.jss. Then the cards we saw in the offers, we say offers card.jsx. Say RAFCE for the offers card, the offers RAFCE. For my offers, I would like to have a header. That's the header we just created. I like to bring it from a usable component. Close this up. In the header, I will bring in a subtitle and a title. So the subtitle is just easy. I'm gonna type it. Say subtitle our offers. Then for the header, no, the title, we are saying ongoing offers. We're bringing this offers to the landing page beneath this about section. Check it out. So we can see the offers. Now we are seeing the offers. We head over to this header and style it. I wanted us to be seeing it first to know how we're going to style it better. So this P tag is going to have a text of sky 500, a text of SM, a tiny text of SM, a font of light. this H2 is going to be text gray 800 text of 5 pixel because it's a heading. It's supposed to be large. There you go. It's working. Now we're done styling this header. We're gonna close this, and this as well. Head over back to the offers. We want to give this offers card its own styling. It has a big image. And some lists, a title, some lists, a button. So this is going to be a reusable component. So we have to pass this, we have to pass this image src title. Then this is the list items for the list, button text, and on button click, this is gonna be like a function for when you click the button. I don't think it's necessary, but let's just add it. I want to import motion from Framer Motion because we are going to be using it to give it this hover effect, give the image an hover effect. Here we want to have a div. Then here we'll have a motion .div. In this motion.div would have the image tag. The src is going to be image src. The alternative, we are just going to say it's a title. We have a div beneath for the UL and also the title as well. So this is correct. Actually, we have the H3 for the title. We are mapping those list items. These list items are going to be mapped. We put in the key, the index. We also have the button that has this on button click element and button text. We head over to header. We say offers card. We import that. Then we want to go and pass in the data for the offers card. So the offers card has actually a card data. It's going to be in our copy and paste. So this is the offers card data. We copy this, put it here. You can put it outside or inside, wherever you think it's best for you. This card data contains the image, the title, the list items, the button that we are making use of. So here we want to have a div first of all. In this div, we want to have card data.map. And what we're mapping is card and index. Here we have parentheses. Then we bring in the offers card. We remove this. So we give it a key of index, image of card.image src, title of card.title, list item of card.list item, button text, card.button text. On click is going to be card.button on click. On button click. This is going to view our card now, but they are not going to be styled. So you can see our cards side by side. They are not styled yet. We want to give them a flex and give each element here their own various styling. So this is where I'm going to give this a flex. I say class of flex wrap, in case maybe we have more than one offers. Gap is 8. Let's check that out. Okay, this is how it looks. We want to also give it a justify center to place it in the center of this page. There you go, it's in the center of the page. We also want to give this div its own styling of P10 and a very big PY of 20. No, let's make it 24. So now it has a very big PY of 24, and it also have a pattern of 10, which is kind of not showing unnecessary, but just go. I see this arrow here, I don't know where it comes from, but I'm just gonna remove it. I think we are pretty much done with these offers, so we're gonna close this. It's time to style the offers card. So to style this offers card, we want to give it a weight. First of all, a large weight of 80. We want to give this div itself class of overflow hidden. We want, when we are zooming into the picture, it doesn't leave the frame, it doesn't like scales up. So I say while over, it should have a scale of 1.05. Head here, check. So for this image, we want to give it a class name of W4. H is going to be 54, a very large image. Object is cover. Give this a class name. Let's say space Y5, so that these items are going to have large spaces in between them. I want to give this a button top, maybe, to give it a space. So for this H3, say class name. Text is Excel. Text is gray 800 and margin top of 6 to give it this space there. We head over to the unordered lists. You want to give this like those dots that come with lists. So we say list dicks. You also say lists inside. Then this is gonna appear. That's how we get it. We say text of gray 600. The list itself is not being styled because it has all the styling it needs. Then for this button, it's going to have like a class name. This button is going to have its own styling as well. I would have to also copy this style, but it's not the same style with this one, so I can't copy it. Neither can I make a reusable component for the buttons because they all have the unique styling. Say BGY to give it a border of sky 500. Check it out. Okay, I'm gonna give it the text of sky 500, and we also want to give it a weight, maybe 4 weight to cover the whole weight, you know, to cover the whole place. Yeah, it has a good weight now. We'll give it some pattern X, some pattern Y, say PX4, PY2. It looks good already. Then now it's time to bring the hover properties. Say over So when it's hovered, we want the text to be white. Say hover again. We want the background to be sky 500. Say hover. We want it to transition. And say duration of 200. Text is small. I think I'm done with the button. So you can see the hover transition. And we are done with this reusable component. We are actually done with this reusable component. This one is not going to take any time. It's just a view of an image, a background image, and also text. So we head over to our landing page, create background banner.jsx RAFCE, and have a div, and this div is going to have another div. This div is going to house the p tag and the h2 tag. For this div, we're going to give it a class of relative. H is going to be screen because it takes the full screen. PG is going to be cover, and the background position is going to be center. We want to bring in the background image. I like using the style to bring in the background image. Say background image URL. I'll put this in a backtick. URL parentheses. Here we want to head over to our assets, images. We head over to video. Let's check if it's showing. It's not going to show because we've never brought in the background panel. So head over to the pages, the landing page. You need this up as a background panel. So we can see the background banner. But this one kind of have this beachy opacity, this dark background color that's rounded. So this is the div that we are going to add the BG black. Then we say BG opacity. This is going to lighten it. Give it 55, not so dark, not so light. Okay, it's not going to show now. So we need to give it a H, a full, and a W. A full to take in the full property, the full width. There you go, it works now. We would like to bring in the P tag and the H2 tag. I don't want to type because it's going to take my time. So I'm going to copy this, head over here, paste this, copy these, cut, paste this, shift option F to make it prettier. There you go, let's go. Come over here and there's our text. So for the P tag, I would like to make it text, SM, font, light, give both of them a text of white, so it's going to be more visible because text of black is not cutting it. Say text of 5XL. Come over here. It looks good. I would like to reduce the weight. It's a weight of half. Then text of center to make the text appear more centralized, but it's not going to move it to the center, but it moved this P tag to the center and it has a width of half. Here I'll give the flex, say item center, to make it aligned vertically. Then I would say justify center to make it aligned horizontally. There you go. So that is it. I think I'm done with this. Yeah, I am done with that. We are going to copy and paste this about section. We're gonna copy it here, paste, say false to change the row reverse. Okay, so you can see this image appears here. But here, because we changed it to false, this image appears here. We come over here to copy this text. Basically, just copy only this two. We leave the p tag the way it is. We will change this. Place it here. We also want to change this images. We go to about. We remove this about, I think, to give us this one here. Okay, there you go. It looks very much identical, very much alike. We are done with that section. We want to create this featured room. It shows these rooms that are featured, these, and these. Then we're done with the landing page. So we head over to our landing page components. Say featured rooms. .jsx RAFCE. There you go. We bring it in the landing page beneath this about section. Say featured rooms. In this featured rooms, we close this up. We're not using them anymore. We want to have some images that we are featuring, so let's just quickly just get them from here, the featured room data. Copy these images, come over here, paste it. Then once we're done pasting this, we want to bring in this header, because remember we have this reusable header component that we had created. So say header, bring it up. The header is going to have a title and subtitle. So it says subtitle. You come here and copy this, featured rooms, and choose a better room. Let's check it on the browser. It looks good. We want to increase the pattern between these two because it has a large pattern. So this parent div element, say class name, say pt of 20. Why we are using pattern top and not pattern y or x? It's because here we don't need the pattern, and also we don't need pattern here, so we're only giving it a pt of 20. This header has an MB of 6 already. Now it's time to create this rooms. So we come here. We are going to map this images we brought above here. So say images, dot map, and what we are mapping is image and index. Here we will have a div with a key and image. So just say div this div is going to have a key of index. It's also going to have a class of overflow hidden. The div is going to have this motion from frameMotion.div. I'm going to import frameMotion from motion. Import motion from frameMotion. Why we are using motion in this div is this div needs to wrap this image. This is created with frameMotion. So we want to bring the image tag now. Say image src, we say image.src. This is the src actually, so say image.src. We also have this image.header for the alt. For the class name, we want to have h as full, main w is full. Check it out here. Okay, so the images are displayed already. We will go above this images and create a div here. We wrap this images in a div. Say class, give it a class of grid and grid colon tree to make them appear, colon 2 actually, to make them appear in a gridded format. When you're done, you say for smaller screen, it's gonna be grid column 1. Here say above MD. We will give this object color transition all property. Duration is 3 seconds. For this motion.div, we'll say while hover, it should scale to 1. The initial is 1, but we want it to increase like a bit, so say 1.05. Here we say class name, put a class name of relative, and h. This h is for the image. We want to give the image a h of 96, and also a property of group. So you can see this effect, this zooming effect is kind of happening already. We want to give this a page opacity and also change the opacity to be a bit lighter when over. So how we're gonna do that is we want to have like a div beneath this image. Give this absolute. Remember we gave this relative, so say class name absolute pg black BG opacity, and we want to give it a BG opacity of 40. This group over here, say group over, this group over is going to be opacity of 70. Check it out, it's not really working now. Let's add an insert of 0. Now it's working. Give it a transition opacity. And a duration of 3 seconds. Okay, it looks better now. You want to bring in the text we have in this thing. It's p tag and a h tree. So the p tag is going to be text, the h tree is going to be header. So here we say image dot text. So the h tree say image dot header. Each of them is going to have their individual texts, but they appeared at the top. How we want to solve that, we give this a flex column because they appeared in column. Say justifies and so they are at the end, but we want to shift it a bit. We want to shift it a bit and give it the text of white. They all have a text of white, so I say text of white, p of 14, to give this a pattern of its own. Afterwards, we want to give this a class. Say empty is 2, text is extra small, font is light. For the h3, we want to give it a text of 4 extra large, font is medium. I think we're done for this part. We want to quickly create this reservation. We head over to our landing page component and create one for reservation. Say reservations dot JSX RAFCE. Head over to the landing page. And import it. Hopefully the spelling is right. Okay, had an error. So I didn't get the spelling right. Hopefully it's right now. And say RAFCE one small. into landing page. Come here and get the spellings right. We have our reservations tab. So we head over to this reservations. This is just gonna be easy. It's gonna be easy to create. So to save time, I'm just gonna head over to my GitHub to copy, and I'm gonna explain the reservation. We head over to reservations, copy this up. Check if it's working in the browser. Okay, so this is just like a card that has a text and a button to call. Here it's just the flex that is taking the card to the center. It has a padding of Y on its own. This padding of Y. It has a H2 that has its styled properties. It has a button, and that's just it for the reservations. It's also going to be reused in multiple places in this platform as well. Then let's head over to check. This is the last component before the footer. This is just a gridded image with like an effect, a hover effect with frame of motion and an Instagram button. So we come here, go to landing page, say image grid .jsx RAFCA, head to landing page, image grid. Now that's done, head over back to image grid, close this hero section. This image grid would like to have some images that we are going to get from the GitHub. Come here, go to the GitHub. Please guys, don't forget to star my repository so that I'm going to be aware that you're following it. It's a way of supporting me and I would really appreciate that. Thank you. So we are going to give this a class of flex. Here's going to have an images tag that is mapping an image with a div or a key of index. The property here is saying relative group, overflows hidden, H is 64, minimum W is 1/6. No, 1/6, not 6 then. Let's head over here. So these are the images already. We go to this image and we say H is full, that's it takes up this 64. W is full as well with an object cover. Overlay, here is going to be motion.div. .div. We're gonna get the motion from trimmer motion. This motion.div is gonna have an initial state. This initial state is going to be opacity of 0. It's going to have a while hover property. This works for when you hover. The while hover property is going to have an opacity of 1. I don't think I want it to scale, so I'm going to remove the scale. But yes, it's going to transition, and the duration is 3 seconds. Afterwards, I give this a class name of absolute. In here, insert 0 actually. BG black, BG opacity of 50. Let's check it out. Okay, it's having this BG already. We want to input this Instagram logo so that when we hover upon it, you're gonna see an Instagram logo. So say div, say for Instagram, and for Instagram is gonna have a size of 40. Also have a class name, opacity 0, group over, is opacity 100, transition is opacity, duration is 3 seconds, and the text is white. Let's check it out. Okay, I'm not actually seeing the Instagram logo yet. Let's just give this a flex. Justify center. Let's copy this property and paste here as well. So guys, it's not really working because I missed a U in this group, and there it goes. The Instagram is working. Guys, for some reason this is not taking the full weight, so I want to change this to 80 and remove the minimum value. That's it, it's working now. Lastly, we want to create the footer. So it's going to have an address, reservation, navigation, newsletter, a border bottom, and this text. So we head over to layout, we head over to footer, equals this image grid. At the footer, would like to give it background. In a pattern Y of 20. Okay. Then we would like to have a div. This div is gonna have like another div inside. This div is gonna have a H2 and a P tag. You head over here and copy this. So guys, because this button shares similar styling with this one as well, and we're gonna copy this, paste it here. This button text is going to be changed to get direction. You won't see the text because it's it doesn't have the text for now. So we like to give this class a text of white, and we'll just quickly give it a text size, a font size of 2 XL, and a margin bottom of 6. For the P tag, we want to give it a text neutral, and it's gonna be 400. Here I would like to change this gray to neutral, and it's gonna be 400 as well. Now it's gonna be visible. It is visible already. I like to give this the width, it's on width. So width of 1/5 and a space y of 4. Has equal spaces of y4. I like to duplicate this div. We also give this a flex. Justify between. Okay. In here, I would like to change this to reservations. Also gonna have an email and a number. So we copy this text here. Come here. We're gonna bring it below here. So we paste them one by one. Copy the reservation. Paste. Copy here. Paste. Then I'm going to duplicate this P tag. Copy here. And paste. There's not going to be a button, so we're just going to delete this button and check it out. Cool. Now we're going to have a navigation. So I'm duplicating this. Yeah, say navigation. We'll cut this because we don't need it. Head to the nav bar to copy this list. So we copy this list, put it above the footer, come to the nav bar and just link it. Paste this here. Bring the link property from WebApp to DOM. This link to parts. We actually are not copying it properly. We need to copy from the side to like this. We don't want it to have the motion properties, so we're gonna close this up. So you say closing the list, 2 parentheses and a curly braces, and it's closed. Yeah, it's gonna be flex column, gap of 2, and text is going to be neutral, 400. Okay, it looks good. Now it's time for the newsletter as well. Beneath here, we say the H2. I think the H2 is going to be copying these properties, so I'm just going to copy this. give this newsletter. This div is going to have this property, so copy this, paste it beneath here, and then we're gonna have like a div with an input tag and a button. Check this. You can see the input tag, you can see the button. I like to head over to the footer of my work to copy this styling for this newsletter. I'm going to explain it because it's going to take a bit of time to code this, so bear with me. I'm sorry. I promise to explain all the way through. So come over here, and this is it. This is an email with a placeholder. This is a submit button as well. Now remove this div here. This is div. I'm gonna add some comments. Say address. There you go. Here it's no longer moving to the side. So this is just an email with type of text. Enter your email placeholder, class name of text1. It has a div that has this white background. You know, it gives it a flex between this button and this input, and this button just a button that has this properties similar to the one we used in the header. Then this div that has those stuff, I'm going to exchange this div here. This div here is going to have a border button. A border button, actually. This border button is what we're talking about. This border button. So this div is going to have it. So say border B, border neutral 800. It's also going to have a pattern button of 20. That way it's going to have like a lot of space here. Time to add those other elements. So we close this div, we don't style in it. We remove the space, create a div here. This div is going to have like some initials. So say Peter. I'm gonna come here and copy this. Paste it here. This is going to be wrapped in a div. Here I would like to bring in the social icons. We import that. This parent div is gonna have flex. Justify between these two items and a pattern top of 6. We're not gonna see the text here because we didn't give this P its own styling. So say text is neutral. 400. There you go. looks exactly the same with this one already. So we are done with this landing page. It's left to create more pages. This rooms page is just going to be about repeated components. Also, this about page is repeated components. Gonna have the blog and the contact. We also have not yet made this a responsive website, so we would like to make it responsive now. We click my extension for responsive components first of all. We head over to my header. In my layout, we have a div here that says hidden, and above MD is flex, just a block. Let me just say flex. So it's hidden actually. We would also like to duplicate this div property here and paste it here as well. We only want like the logo to be visible in the view. We head over to React icons to create a bar, hamburger bars, also we copy bar bars. We come here, have a div for it, paste bar bars, import it. Here we say class of flex, above MD is hidden, set text of white, text of maybe 2XL. Come here. Okay, we want like a spacing in between this image and this far bars. So here we say grid color. Now here we say grid color 2. Let's say above MB. Let's create a state for the sidebar. Say const is sidebar. Open. And set the sidebar open to use state. Make it false. We want to add an onClick function to this file bar. So it's the onClick. In this onClick, we are setting the sidebar open to null. That's if it's open, you close it. If it's closed, you open it. It's just a toggle function. So it set the sidebar to open. Then let's create the sidebar for the mobile image. Here we're going to say is sidebar open. If it's open, then this should be what is going to be showing. going to have a div. This div is going to have another div. The parent div is going to have a class fixed. Picture is going to be black. Opacity is going to be 90, maybe just a 95. In here, we want to have a button. You say 4 times. We're going to import 4 times from React icon. This button is going to have an on-click, which closes the sidebar. So say parentheses, make a fat arrow function, and say set is sidebar open. You make it false. If sidebar is true, of text, you want it to be large or extra large, you give it a text of red because it's a close button, so I would like it to have this red text. Okay, it looks good for now. Here we say width is full, and the height is the screen of the phone. Okay. Give it a z index of 50. Give this a class name of absolute. You have a top of 5. Right. Of 5. And cursor of pointer. Let's give this a top of 0. There you go. It's taking the full screen now. Here we want to bring in the nav bar. So we have this D. And we say nav bar. This button here, we would like to copy it as well. And paste it beneath the nav bar. I change the weight of the button from full because it has a wide weight. Okay, it's actually 40. Let's see how it looks. Okay, so this is how it looks for now. You come over here, give this a flex of column. Justify item to center. I want to bring the nav bar to the center with the button. And you say just the item center to put it centrally, vertically. Now it's in the center. We head over to this nav bar. Here that says flex. I think it's here. You give the flex of column, but above medium screen you should have a flex of row. Okay, cool. Head over to this header. I'd like to give this button a margin top of 6. Head over to the nav bar. Give it items center, but above empty items start. I think we're pretty much done with this nav. I think we're kind of done with it already. Maybe let's give it a gap of 6, but above MD should be a gap of 4. We need to give it more space in between themselves, and we're done. Also, let's test this button if it works. Now, because I'm using grid in this view, I'm using grid for the nav bar. I can see it's not taking the full width, and that I don't know why it's not taking the full width to this place, because it's not working for me. I replace that with flex. Flex, justify, center, justify between items, center, for it to take up this full width. As you can see, it's taking up the full width now. Then here I would like to change the padding from padding white to padding of 4. So it's going to take both the x-axis and the y-axis. I would also like to check it out here as well to see if it's okay. I like this pattern to align with this one. So I'm going to come here and say above MD, PX is 10, because the pattern here is 10, and as you can see, it's pretty much aligned with this. It's aligned with this. It's aligned with this as well. So we are done with this view. Would like to come to this other view to apply a responsive screen on it. So we head over to About Us section in the landing page. We're gonna close this header nav bar because we're done with it. Head over to About section, and in this About section we want to say flex is column, but above MD, flex is row. So now the flex is column here. We also like to reduce the pattern. So in here I say P is 5 or 4, and above MD, P is 10. It looks better. So these images are kind of huge, and we'll get to it. Let's reduce this gap. Let's say gap is 5. Above MD, gap is 10. You also want to make this MD and give this a full width to take up the full space. So this is taking up the full space. I really don't know why these images are this huge. I like to give this a width of half, but above the MD's width of 4. Okay, it looks good. Then I would like to reduce the gap. Say gap of 3. Above MD's gap of 5. Okay, it looks better. I would like to exchange this. It's better the text comes before the image. Yeah. So I will give this a flex column reverse. Okay, it looks better now. I also like to reduce this pattern Y. So you say MD. Then here you say PY of 10. Check it. The pattern is okay. We reduce this text. Come over to H2. Say text 2XL MD 5XL. It looks too small. Let's make it 3XL. It looks better now. We also want to increase the gap between these two items. So I think I'm going to just leave it as gap 10. Yeah, I like it better. We're done with this about section. Let's head over to the landing page and go over to offers. So in this offers section, we're just going to pretty much just reduce the patterns and such. Let's start from the top. At the top, I would like to give it a P of 5, above MD P of 10, a PY of 10, above MD a PY of 20. Okay, I've reduced the pattern here. I've also reduced the pattern here. We'll move over to this header and give it a text of 3XL, but above MD is text of 5XL. Okay, the text looks okay. We also want to reduce the margin bottom, say MB of 8. Above MD is MB of 16. We've reduced the margin bottom between these two now. We're done with this header. Let's move over to this offers card and give it MD. But for the small screen, it should take up the full width. It's taking up the full width already. I think this is okay the way it is. It looks okay the way it is. We are done. Let's come over to this view, background banner. So this background banner, first of all, we would like to reduce this text. Let's say text 3XL and the 5XL. Then this has a fixed weight to like this has a fixed weight in the large view. It has this weight that keeps it fixed here, so we want to reduce that weight. Also here I can see that this weight here is too small. Let's check it out to know what's wrong. Head over to the about section. Let's give this a weight of fixed, and it's better. It's no longer taking the small space. So let's reduce this weight here. Go to the background banner, just add an MD here, and I think we're okay with this. We're done. This side is the same with this. It's actually the about section, so there's no need to change anything here. Let's go to features, close this, and featured room. The header has been worked on already. This is a reusable component. So in this featured section, I think I want to keep spaces in between these rooms, and maybe perhaps reduce the card size, height, and this text I want to reduce it as well. But first of all, let's make this a pattern top of 10 MD. To reduce any pattern top, it's hard between these two. Here we say MD and give it a height of 40. Let's make it 56. That looks better. It's a space of Y should be 3. Let's make that 5. Then above MD space of Y is 0. For here, would like to give it a text of 2XL, make this MD. We'd also like to bring this text a bit much more closer here. So in order to do that, we are going to change this padding from 14, this padding here. Let's come over here and say P 7 and give this MD. I think this is all right now. Let's come to this reservations and style it. I say flex is column, above MD flex is row. I didn't get that row right. Row. This is for the wrong place. I'm supposed to give it to this div instead. So let's place it in this div. And it's on row now. Then we want to give this let's reduce this pattern. Let's reduce the text, it's too large. Let's say text of XL maybe. Make this empty. Let's give this to a gap between them. So we say gap 4 above MD, we say gap 0. It looks good. I would like to increase this. So we say W is 5/6. Yes, W 4/5. And I think we are done. Let's make this PY of 10 and add MD here. It looks better. Now for this section, let's head over to the landing page. Its name is image grid. Say flex call above MD flex row. Okay. Here we say width is 4. For this we say MD. It's taking the full width. I don't know, maybe we should reduce the size of this card. Assembly and say height is 54 or 56. Okay. It looks good. Lastly, let's start this footer. Leaving the best for last. So we head over to our footer. And in our footer, first off, we want to say P is 5, not 10 for the small screen. Then PY is 10. Here you say MD. So this is 5. This is 10. I don't know. I think I want this to be like 14. This is better. Here we are saying flex call MD flex row. It looks good. We gave each of them a weight of 1/5, if you remember. Let me give a space in between here. So here we say Control D or Command D, say W full space MD to give each of them a full weight or so. Then because this is an flex call, we want to give this a gap, so say perhaps a gap of 6. Above MD has a gap of 0 because it's justifying between. So I know you're not going to be seeing the gap now. Okay, I should just increase this to 10. Perhaps you see the gap better. Below this address and titles, they have this MB6, which is too large. To say MB of 2. Here you see MD. Oh, I should just remove the margin bottom completely. It does not make sense. Also, it has a space Y of 4 here, which I didn't take note of. So you say MD. Okay, now it looks better. Let me just make it space Y of 2. I like it this way. We have the navigation and the newsletter. I think the newsletter is quite okay the way it is. This has a very large padding bottom of 20. So here we say let's say padding bottom of 10. Say MD. It's reduced the padding bottom already. For this copyright, I think this should be raw. And also give this newsletter like a full spacing. So in this newsletter, I say space Y2 and the space Y4. I don't get why they will have a margin bottom if it has a space Y already. And here we say W4, but MD is 80. Cool. Head over here and say flex call, flex row, and paste it here. Okay. Say item center and gap of 5 to give it a gap here. I also want to give it a text center for smaller screen when these text starts. I like to view the footer here to make sure that we are not altering the one on the web, and we are done. I think I want to reduce the size of this image. It's quite huge actually. So we go over to landing page. Let's just go to the header itself. And image, say W is 12, MD is 24. Kind of looks very tiny. I think we should make this button all 6 then. I think it's okay. So this is the rooms page. It's kind of a repeated component, so it's not going to be difficult to like style it. So I'd like to create a reusable component called hero. I'll make use of it in this rooms, in this about, in this blog, and in this contact. I will say hero dot jsx rafce. So there are three things we want to pass in this hero. We want to pass the height. We also want to pass this title and the background image. So here we say background image. And this height, we want to equals it to 80 VH in case we want to like maybe reduce it. Here we're gonna have this H1, passing the title here. Here it's going to have a class. I change this to backticks. Say BG cover, flex, call, items center, justify center, text is white. You want to add the background image. We are gonna make use of style. Add another curly braces, open background, image, here. Let's say backtick, URL. Why we're doing it like this is because they all have different background images. So we are going to pass it like this so that we can be able to change the background image and also the height as well. The height, we're gonna give it height to make it dynamic. For this title, we're just gonna give it a class name. Say text is 3XL. Above MD text is 6XL. See drop shadow is large. And tracking. Tracking actually gives space to the latest. So it's a tracking wider. So we are done with this hero component. I'd like to go to the rooms page and bring it in. So say hero, and hero is coming from components / reusable components. So in the rooms page, we want to pass in the title and the background image. So we're not passing the height yet. And here it's going to come from assets, images. Go to public, assets, images, banner, and the first one we want is the banner cam to PNG. Copy relative path. Paste it here. Remove the public. And perhaps just leave it at discover our rooms. Let's go check the rooms out. Head over to ours, and this is how it looks like. It looks good. You can see the spaces in between the letters because of the tracking we used in the hero. This tracking wider right here. Let's not pass this height dynamically. Let's just say here, say height is 80 VH. Say height is 50 VH. Here say MD. Let's see how it looks. I think it looks better. But this navbar is no longer containing the full. Wait, I don't know why. Let's fix that. Let's give it a left of 0 here. There, it's fixed. Close this header. Head back to the rooms. So in these rooms we have this offers. It's repeated from the home page. So we come here and say offers. Offers is coming from components, offers, then offers. Let's check it out. And there you can see the offers. We also have this featured rooms component, which is already available. So we come here and say featured rooms. And I don't know why it's not recommending it, but we're going to manually import it. So hopefully it's here, and we've brought it. This is the reservation properties. So say reservation. It's here. Lastly, this items grid. I think this tree component should be in the reusable component instead of the landing page, because it's quite repeated. Here. So we are done with the rooms. We go to our mobile screen to view how it looks, if it's responsive, and I think it's pretty much responsive on the mobile. Let's go to the about section. So the about has some repeated properties as well, like this hero and this about section. This is not repeated, this is not repeated, but these two are repeated. So let's go to the VS Code, close this, head over to pages and about, RAFCE, come here and say about. So our about is here. This about section, I want to bring in the hero. Let me copy it from the rooms page. Copy this hero, place it here, hopefully import it, make it prettier. So in this about page, the title for the hero is saying about Montana. So I say about Montana is the name of the results that we are creating, and here the name is badcam, no 2. so it's not visible, and I don't know why. Let's go to the app.jsx. Duplicate this, make this about, bring it from the pages, about. There you go, it's working now. Close this up. After this hero, I want to bring in the about section that we used in this landing page, this first one. Copy it, close this, paste. Check it out. It's not imported, so it's not showing. So just say import. It's actually coming from the landing page. Okay, it's there now. But it's on reverse, so we head over here and say false. Maybe say true. So I noticed this true and false seem not to work. When I put it on true, it's not working. When I put it on false, it's not working. That's because of this flex row that's here. And why I had added this flex row was because on the mobile screen at the home, we wanted this text to appear here and this beneath here, and that's why I had added this flex. So let's cut here and do an experiment. Let's say flex color reverse, but MD is flex row reverse. So it's flex column reverse here, and here's flex row. Let's test if this is working. Make this true, and it works fine, it works well. For the second about section, it's not working, so we are going to copy this and paste here, put an MD, and it works now. Both the true and the false, it's going to have a flex column reverse, and here now we want it to be by the side, and it works well for us. Sorry for the little hiccup. And we want to just create this banner. It's gonna be so easy and short. We head over here, go to the about. That's if we have an about component. So we don't have an about component, we're gonna create one right now. So we're gonna go to components, create a folder, call it about. In here we want to create a file, name it about main.jsx, RAFCE, come up to this about and bring it here, close this, close this, close this. In my about main section, it's just a banner and some text under the banner. I'll have my image tag. and in here I'll say banner. I want to import the banner from my public folder. So the image for it is in the about. The image for it is in the banner section, and it's this about banner. So copy relative part, paste it here, remove the public. Also, I forgot to add from here, which removes the error. Give it a class name of width is full, height is 50 VH for small screen. Above that, height is 80 VH. And margin top is 8, margin top is 16. To look at it in the web view, let's head over to about. I think we are in about now. So this is our about section, and you could see it right here as well. We could reduce this to 40 VH to make it better. After this image, we want to have a div. Put another div inside. This div is going to have a h2 and a p tag. We head over to this website and copy this text. We paste in the h2. We cut those ones here and take them to the p tag. For this h2, I have to give it a text of gray 800, text of 2XL, W of half, font of medium, margin bottom of 4. For the p tag, just a text of gray 600. Check it out, and we can see it right here. We want to give it, I think it has a width of half already, but it's not working yet. So for this div, I would want to give it a flex, but before, so for this div I would want to give it a flex, but before we can give it a flex, we have to duplicate this to be 2. So now they're 2. Give it a flex, and it's flex now. We also want to give it a gap of 10, a padding Y of 10, both in the MD, a padding Y of 20. Let's just give it a pattern of 10 for both X and Y axis. This is how it looks like. Let's check here. It does not look great here. So here we say flex, call, MD, flex, row, to make it look good. Okay, it looks good now, but it has a width of half. So let's come back here and make this for the large screen. Instead, say MD. Now it's taking the full width. This P, I would like it to be 10 because we are using a pattern of 4 on the smaller screen. So the pattern looks okay the way it is now. It's a pattern of 4. Of the y-axis is a pattern of 10. There's a good space in between them. Let's check here out. I think this is okay as well. Let's compare. Here I would like to say items is center because they are not kind of like equal. And I would just like to add justify between, so to take up the fullest width that it can take. Here these two are reusable components. So I'll head over to rooms, the page called rooms. I'll copy these two, come to my about, paste them. Also I would like to copy the imports as well. Come to my about and paste them basically. Check my page and it's okay. Check the mobile screen and it's responsive. Now I would like to create one for the blog. We head over to my app.jsx and duplicate it twice. Here say it's blog and here's contact. Go to my blog, RAFCE, and my contact, RAFCE. Come to the app.jsx, give this to the blog, and import it. Give this to the contact, and import it. Close here up, close here up. Check it. You can see our blog page is ready. So this blog page is different. It really doesn't have a lot of components. It's just this hero and a repeated card for the blogs. You come here, go to blog. We go to the about page. Copy the hero. Come to blog, paste it, import this from here, from hero actually, and the blog, the text is quite going to be different from the one we used in the about. So the blog is just going to be blog, nothing complex, just simple. And the image for the blog is kind of the same image. Let me confirm. So I'm kind of using the same image for the about and the blog, and that's cool. That's fine by me. Now let's create this blog card. So I think we should create a folder for the blog card actually. So here I'll create 2 folders. Here I'll create 1 folder, name it blog. In here is a blog card. .jsx. I also want to have a blog section where we're going to pass the card, say blog section .jsx, RAFCE, RAFCE. In here I think we're gonna call in the blog section here. So say blog section. Let me see if I can import it. Say blog section from blog. In the blog section, I would like to bring in the blog card. So head over to blog section, say blog card from blog. In my blog card, I would like to start by adding the data, say image for the blog image. There's a date as well, a title, something called excerpts. We will find that out soon. Category and comments. In this div, we would like to have a div for the image. Put your image tag in it. For the src, pass in your image. Here just say blog image. For this blog section, we would like to get the blog data from this copy and paste. So copy it here and we paste it in the blog section. Before the return, just gonna paste this data here. Now we have the data here. I'd like to map my blog item. So you say blog data dot map. What you map in this blog and index. You're bringing in the blog card just like this, and there you go, the images are showing. So let's go add the date, the title, and etc here as well, so they can be visible. So in my blog card, I would like to have a div. This div would have two span tags actually. So it says span, duplicate this. First one is going to have a date. The second one is just going to be January. We're not passing that. In here, I'm giving a class name. I'm going to give it a max W of 3XL because it's a very large block like this. It's large, so max W of 3XL. Overflow of hidden. Should have a shadow of MD, not large shadow. You can see the shadow, it's the soft shadow here. Shadow should be gray, should have a color of gray. Gray 100, BG is white. So you see the shadow is going to be lighter now. It's almost not visible. Give this image a class of relative. Also give the image itself a class. Weight is full. Page is 96. It's a large image. Object is cover. For this div, you're gonna give it a class of VG Sky 500. P is 5. Then you want to give it an absolute. It's not going to be visible. And you want to give it a bottom minus bottom of 4. and a left of 10. Here, we're just going to close this for now because we would come back to it. You're not necessarily going to be seeing it yet. Let's bring in the other ones. You give it H2. Here, we're going to name it title. Give it a text of 2XL. Font is semi-bold. Margin top is 2. This is what it looks like. Below this title, we want to bring in the excerpt. Let's just put this, say text is 600. Email this text base, say font is slides. Okay. I like to change this to description. Come here and change it to description. Check if it's working. It's working. After the description, we have a div. This div has a spam tab for categories and comments. So this is MR4 and here has a React icons for user. So say far user alt. Make sure you import that. So because it has this icon here, I want to give it a flex and a gap of 4. I would like to remove this color. It's not needed. You could see it here. Also, this does not have a padding yet. So I would like to give this a padding. I'll come here, say P6. Now it has a padding of 6. We also want to give this blog section, we want to give it its own pattern as well because it doesn't look great that way. So we are in the blog section. We give it a P of 10 and a PY of 20. So it has a PY of 20, a P of 10. Come back to blog cards, continue what we were doing. And this comment has its own icons as well. So say far comments. From React icon. I don't think that's okay. It actually was imported. We make this prettier. Maybe give this to spacing. And this is going to have the same styling with this. And here we're going to change this to padding left of 4 because I wanted to have a left pattern. This div is going to be flex and a gap of 4. Put a space between here. The div is flex with a gap of 4. Give this item center and also an empty of 4 to give it the space between these two. and the items are centered. With a text of small and a text of gray 600. So the text are tiny and it's gray. So give it a font of light. The font weight should be very light. I want to put a border left here. So here I'm saying border gray 400, border L. So you can see it has this left border in between these two. We come back to the span tag and find a way to bring it to the tag. So we give it a flex and a flex call. So we're gonna cut this div and place it properly, cut it actually, and place it in this image tag. There, it's where it's supposed to be. Let's complete styling this. We give it a text of white, text of center, and rounded. For the span, we give it a very large text. So first to say font is bold, text is 3XL. Here we say text is LG, font is light. So we're done styling the tag or the card for this mobile view. Let's compare it. Looks okay. Now we want to give this a good spacing because here you can see it actually has a very good spacing. Here it has no spacing at all. So back to the block section to give it its spacing. We will start by saying flex is colon, then gap, a very large gap of 14. There you go, it has a very large gap. I also want to give it a very large padding bottom, so I say PB of 24 to increase this padding bottom it has. Let's head over to the mobile, go to blog, and it does not look that bad, but I feel we could make it better in the mobile view. First, let's reduce those patterns here. So first of all, I'll say P is 4, MD P is 10. Now the P is 4. Here, say MD and say PY is 10. So it's 10 here. I think I want to leave this PY here. So I'm going to just remove this and leave it at 20. Just give it this large space. Then the gap, I would like to reduce it. Give it a gap of 7. This block card, say width is 4, MD. Here we say H is 20, MD. Just too small, so we say 40. It's perfect. Let's reduce the span, and to do that, first of all, need to reduce this text. Say text LG MD. Then here we say text SM MD. Okay, let's reduce the spacing on the left. You say left is 5. Here you say left is 10. Then reduce the pattern. The pattern is too huge. Say pattern is 2. Here it's 5. Okay, let's just give it 3. It's too small. It looks better. Here we want to reduce the pattern, which is this one here. Say P3 MD. Looks good. Let's say text is XL MD. Let's give it LG instead. Let it not be too large. This is okay. This is okay. I think we're done. We are heading over to the contacts page. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you have followed me to this place. I would really appreciate that. And share my video as well. So let's import this hero. Here we will change this to get in touch. And the image is not the same, so we will change the image by adding 3 to this image. It's the same image, just different naming. Here you go, we have the same image right here. The next thing is we want to bring this map. We come over here, and I think we want to create a folder for contacts. So contact.jsx. Contact. Here we want to create one for the map.jsx. RAFCE. So in the contact map, I just took this map from, I think was a website or ChatGPT. I think I've forgotten. Let's just head over to my GitHub, go to the contact, the map, and copy it. It's just a dumb map. It's not significant in any way, and it also does not lead to any real location. Let's paste it here. Come to contact. And let's import that. Let's check it in the browser. And there you go, the map is visible. Let's head over back here. Let's create the component for this form and also the form details. First off, it's going to go to this contact page, create 2 extra files. This is contact form. I didn't really spell this correctly, so say form. Then this is contact details. SARAFCE. R. Okay. I didn't name this. JSX. RAFCE. 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 Close the blog. Come to contact. Here we have a div. And on this div, we're going to bring in the contact form. So I could see I did not spell this right. I'm going to copy this and rename this contact details. And I have to redo this RAFCE. So here I'm going to replace it here as well. Let's head over to the contact and import it now. Let's import it manually. Here we're going to duplicate this twice. Contact details. Contact form. Here we give it a flex. Justifies between center and they say they cannot find contact form. Oh my god, I could see I renamed this wrong as well. So let's go to contact. And rename this, copy this. Here we're just gonna duplicate, paste. Come here, and I think it's gonna work now. It's gonna work now. It is working. You can see the contact form and contact details. Let's head over to the contact form. We go over to my GitHub, contact form, and copy some functions. We're going to copy from line 4 to 17, now to 23. Come here, paste. We're going to import useState from React. And what this does is it takes this form data, name, email, subject, and message. This here checks for the change and it targets the name and the value. It checks if the person has imported their details. So this is what is going to be checking in for it, and it's going to set it as the new things that they have imported. This is what is going to submit it, and it's also going to prevent it from resending it to the API once it's submitted. So here we want to have a form, but first of all we want to have this H2 that says get in touch. I have this form tag, and in this form we want to say on submit is handle submit. We want to bring in a div. This div is going to contain a text area. In this text area, I want to bring in the values. The first one is going to be for the ID. Send message. We are bringing it from this message here. Name. Copy this message. Paste it here. Placeholder. Right. Yes, write your message. Let's add here. The value, which is this value that we are checking for the change, is form data dot message. This form data, it's coming from here, and we are setting it here. You want to have an unchange, and this unchange now is checking for the handle change. You want to have rows. You give the rows 4. Let's check that out. So I can see our text area here, but you're not going to be seeing it because it does not have a border. We're giving it a required of true, and here we're giving it border. I'm gonna add color to the border. Say border gray 300, very light border. Now you can see it here. So the P is going to be PY2, PX is 4, the W is full, and for the placeholder, because we can style the placeholder, I like to make this text light. So say font light to make it much more slimmer. As you can see, our placeholder looks slimmer for the text. I don't like this outline, so I'm saying focus and say ring is 0. No, not 1, 0. Focus, and the focus says outline is none. Thereby it removes that stuff. I would like to go to the contact and give it a pattern because I don't like the pattern there. So say P is 10, pattern Y is 20. So now it's taking 10 and 20. Come back to the contact form. So this width is full, but it has nothing, like no parent div to take up the full width of. So I say max W is 3XL. I also want to give this a flex of 1 to take up the larger space. There you go, it's working now. I would like to give this text a font size of 2XL. Font is semi-bold. Margin bottom is 4. I also want to give this form a space Y of 6. You're not going to see it yet because there are no other elements except this text area. I have another div beneath this. Here it's going to have an input tag. Let me just say yes and check it. Okay, it has an input tag. I'll duplicate this input tag to make it 2. Then here I'll give it a flex and a gap of 5. Gap actually gives spaces in between the items. So the first one is name I think this is correct. The second one is email. So type is email. Copy that. The ID is email. The name is email. Your email. Data is email. Handle change and check it. It works and it looks good. We would have another input for the subject. So we're gonna copy this input tag, have a div, paste it here, give spaces in between here, UDD subject, and here says your subject. Here is subject, and I think it's the same. Yeah, looks good. We would like to have this button that says send. I think we have this kind of button in our offers, the same button as well. So we head over to offers card. I think that's where I find that button. From the offers card, we copy it, close here, we don't need it. Below this div, we want to have a div that contains the button. So say div button, and this button type is going to be submit. Then here is going to be send. Okay, for this button we would give it a weight of 36, and now it's time for this contact details, which is this icons and this dummy contact. Close here, come to this contact details. So the contact details have data for like the icons and all the stuff. So after bringing in the data, we'd like to import these items because they're coming from React icons. So do well to import yours. Then we want to map these items. So we come here and say contact details, contact data, contact data, dot map, and what we are mapping is item. Return this. Here is flex, and it's not in column. The items is start. Space of x is 2. let's just bring in the contact items so we could see what we're styling, so we don't style blindly. Here we'll say key is item.id. Icon icon. The other one we want to map is item.header, and text is item.text. I think that's all. Now let's check that out. Okay, this is how it looks like. It's very much different from where we're going or heading. So let's revamp this. In the contact info, this icon is gonna be text 3XL and text gray of 500. For this header, I say text is LG, font is medium, text is gray, 600. Also for this text, I say text is gray 500. Text is small and font is light. This should be in a div. So I would like to give this more gap. I would like to give it more gap, and here I'll say class space y is 4. There you go, it has a gap. Let's head over to the mobile screen and we click on contact. So we have this map and this here. So we get to the map. Let's go to styling and say H is 96, W is 4, H is 40, and here is MB. Okay, it looks very tiny, and it looks very tiny as well. Let's say H is 4 or 5. It still looks tiny. So let's say H is 600 pixels. Here we say it's 96. It looks good here, and it looks good here as well. You close this up, come over to the contact. Let's give it a P of 4. For MD, it's a P of 10. Let's come here and add PY of 20. Let's give this a width of 4 for the map to take the full screen. Let's give this a P of 4. Say MD here. Go to contact form. Go to contact, say flex call. and MD is flex row. Maybe a gap of 10. Above MD, a gap of 0. Then let's go to contact details. Let's come over here, say flex, justify is start, flex call, item start. Okay, it has taken the space up. It's not responsive here. Now say MD W fit. Okay, let's type a message here. As you can see, it's submitting the email, the message, the name, and the subject. Yeah, we are not applying it to any mail. We are not sending this message to any mail. We are consoling.login, the form data here. So guys, we're pretty much done with this tutorial. If you like my work, like, share, and comment. And thank you for staying up to this moment. I'm Code Duchess, and goodbye. If you enjoyed the video, you can support me by liking, sharing, and commenting. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.